Hi AWF fans, Derik Zoo back here in the control center on the road to Uncaged II, going down here at the Circus Center Arena on Saturday, August the 16th. All your favorite AWF superstars will be encompassed in this nearly 20-foot high steel cage. Let's run down the card. You got the Nature Boy Paul Lee in his third match back after donating a kidney 5 months ago to help young Peyton Lee. He's going to be going one-on-one with the highlight reel Nathaniel Wild. Nathaniel Wild not only trying to prove something to Robbie Roode Enterprises, but trying to prove something to me, trying to prove something to you. Wanting to get back on a winning track, and he wants to do that by taking out the Nature Boy for Robbie Roode Enterprises. Not only that, though, we will have the Battle of the Cowboys. Country Boy Cassidy goes one-on-one with the Tennessee stud, Ray Steele. It's going down on the 16th. You can grab tickets right now at AWFWOW.com. We've got ringside, general admission, and of course we're going to have our 30 for 30 special. And I'll tell you more about that here in just a little bit. But right now, let's talk about the main event. AWF heavyweight title on the line. Chris Crow will be defending against Brian Valor. Good friends, better enemies. You know the story. Chris Crow and Brian Valor were best friends. They were tag team champions. Crow had the Rumble Riot briefcase. He cashed it in on Loverboy Lex Lee as Lex was in a match with Brian Valor. Brian Valor said, cool, I get it. Spirit of competition. Hit me back on the next one. The next month, we had our fatal four-way match between Cassidy and Colton Cage, Loverboy Lex Lee, Undeniable Chris Crow, and Brian Valor, and that is where Chris Crow showed his true colors. He turned his back not only on Brian, he turned his back on the fans, and joined Robbie Roode Enterprises. And since then, the numbers game has been, honestly, too much for Brian Valor. Brian is a lone wolf being surrounded by a pack of jackals, hyenas. Well, on the 16th, there'll be mano a mano. There'll be no interference. There'll be no Robbie Roode. There'll be no Shane Man. There'll be no Zion. We're going to find out who the better man is and who will be the AWF heavyweight champion. Our cameras were fortunate enough to catch up with the #1 contender. He had this to say.
August 16th, Uncaged II, Chris. Uncaged, inside of a steel cage in this very ring. 20-foot high steel cage. A match that I've never lost in the AWF. And how fitting is the theme of August 16th, Uncaged II, because I will become uncaged when I'm locked in that steel cage with you. No Robbie Roode, no Shane Man, no Zia's cage. Nobody to help you when we're locked in that steel cage. The most brutal, the most violent match in professional wrestling. See you August 16th, Chris.
Brian Valor, obviously with something to prove. That match worth the price of admission alone. Chris Crow versus Brian Valor, cannot wait to see that. But of course, not only will the AWF Heavyweight Championship be on the line, all three of our AWF titles will be on the line inside the nearly 20-foot high steel cage. As a matter of fact, the tag team titles will be on the line. As you know, I made the match, Loverboy Lex Lee and a partner of his choosing against Robbie Roode Enterprises. And for the longest time, we didn't think that Lex was going to find anybody. He was really persona non grata in the locker room. We made a match on August the 2nd between Buck the Clown and the Tennessee stud Ray Steele against Loverboy Lex Lee. And just when we thought no one was going to come out, all of a sudden here comes Casanova Colton Cage. And if you know the history between these two men, it's been going on for years. They were the main event last year for Uncaged. Now they're going to try to become tag teams. They're going to be tag team partners. They're going to try to win the tag team titles at Uncaged II. And not sure if it's going to happen, but it's going to be a lot of fun to watch. Our cameras were fortunate enough to catch up with the best frenemies, and they had this to say.
This is the strangest dandelion Loverboy's ever seen.
Hey man, you know what clips to your shirt, dude? It's a microphone. You thought it was a dandelion, but it's got this clip right on the back. And if you clip it on your shirt...
We're live. Yeah, we're live. And August the... Touching Loverboy. And August the 16th, Colton Cage, Loverboy Lex Lee, and his new dandelion will be live inside the steel cage with Robbie Roode Enterprises. You've heard of the Mega Powers. Well now, friend, you have the Mega Powers, because we will plow through Robbie Roode and all of his buddies on the 16th of August. Tell them, Colton.
That's right, my new best friend and myself, the Mega Plowers, apparently. We're going to come back August 16th inside the Circus 10 Arena, and we're taking on Robbie Roode and Robbie Roode Enterprises. You see, you've wronged the wrong team, brother. We got the Mega Plowers, and we're coming after those AWF Tag Team titles on August 16th. And we're going to drink Prime right before we do it. Yeah. Yeah.
I don't know if I like the name the Mega Plowers. It's kind of corny.
You're the one that you came up with it.
No, that's
You
stupid.
said it, and I rolled with it.
No.
And now you're trying to backtrack, and now you're making me look stupid in front of the people.
I don't really know what to expect out of those two. Loverboy changing a little bit, casting off a Colton Cage himself, becoming a little more cold-blooded. We're going to have to find out what happens on August the 16th. Of course, that's not the only two titles on the line. Our AWF Viral Championship will be on the line as well. Now, originally, I had made the match as a one-on-one match between Mysterious Mike Clay and AMJ. Mike Clay, since breaking away from Rivalry Enterprises, has been on a tear. He won the AWF Viral Championship a while back, and with the exception of one night, losing it at Wrestle Jam, night one, won it back at night two, Mike Clay has been unstoppable, taking out all comers and contenders all across the AWF. AMJ, obviously someone that I'm very high on, has been impressing us, impressing myself, impressing the board. We wanted to make that match. Well, not only that, we had a little monkey wrench thrown into the thing on August the 2nd, like a lot of things around here too. Kevin Kaufman beat Nathaniel Wilde, impressed me so much that I actually went to AMJ and I said, hey, would you be okay with us making this a triple threat match? AMJ, always one for competition, said absolutely, let's make that happen. So it is official. AMJ, Kevin Kaufman, Mysterious Mike Clay for the AWF Viral Championship inside the nearly 20-foot high steel cage. We were fortunate enough to catch up with the challengers. Let's hear from Kevin Kaufman right now.
Cage matches. One of the most dangerous matches in professional wrestling. And August 16th, I have to step in there with two other athletes. It's been so many years since I've stepped in a cage here at the AWF. I mean, I think it's been, 2016, 2017? That's almost uncharted territory for me. But that's not going to stop me. I said when I came back that I had unfinished business, and I meant it. AMJ, look man, you're a rising star. You've got great form, great physique, and you've got a bright future here in the AWF. But this is my time. So Mike Clay, AMJ, you're not getting the Kevin Kaufman that's going to take it easy on anyone. No. August 16th inside that cage, you're getting the hungry Kevin Kaufman. You're getting the most energetic, kinetic form of Kevin Kaufman that anyone in the AWF has ever seen. And I'm standing by that. I will do whatever it takes to leave that cage with that title. And no one's going to stop me.
You know, August 16th is going to be the biggest match in my whole career for the AWF Viral Championship inside the steel cage with Kevin Kaufman and the Mysterious Mike Clay. Well, let me tell y'all something, brothers. In 2 weeks, y'all are going for the full wrath and power of the three letters, AMJ.
So there you have it, folks. AMJ, Kevin Kaufman, both very confident heading into their triple threat match against Mike Clay, and I wish them both the best of luck. Now, you've heard from the challengers. I'd love to take you to all the champions. Unfortunately, Mike Clay has cut off communication from us here in the AWF for the last couple of weeks, so we weren't able to get anything from him, but never a loss for words. Robbie Roode and his gang of miscreants had this to say. Take it away, Rob.
And then they said, no, it wasn't a carrot, it was a lollipop. Oh, that's what they said. That's just the way I didn't write the joke, man.
Hey, your August 16th is National Run Day.
It is. You know what else? August 16th is?
National Run Day.
National Run Day. It's also the day that we got to start thinking past the 16th, because on that night we're in cages and we take the whole company. So when it's all over, we go and drink some rum, and then we have to figure out what to do in the Rumble, because we're the rubble that we're going to leave remaining, because we're going to be the only one standing. So I'm thinking like we got to think.
Anybody else matter?
Venture capitalism here. No, no one else matters, but we got to buy stock shares in this company because we're going to be the only ones in it. Afterwards. You know what I'm saying? So, talk about opening up the schools, academies, man, doing some recruiting of our own. You know, we got to think past the 16th. Because the 16th is the point of this mathematical equation. I've already done the numbers.
Will you leave?
Any questions?
All right, so
Let's go to the club, baby.
Well, and there you have it, folks. You've heard from the challengers, you've heard from the champions. Now the only thing left to do is grab your tickets. AWFWOW.com. We've got 3 different tiers of tickets for you to grab. You can get ringside tickets for $15. You can get general admission for $12. Now think about this. Where else are you going to be able to go and see one steel cage match for $12, let alone 5? 5 huge matches inside this nearly 20-foot high steel cage that's behind me, $12. But if you want the ultimate fan experience, and that is what we here at the AWF want to give to you, our fans, we do have our 30 for 30 deal. Now you may be asking yourself, Derek, what is that? Well, last year at Uncaged, we introduced this concept. 30 tickets, front row for $30. So you get a front row ticket. You're also going to get this incredible poster from Uncaged II. Now you may be thinking, Derek, what's so cool about this? It's a poster. Well, we're going to have every participant on this card sign it. That's right. You're going to get yourself a signed poster, front row seat, but then also, because Robbie Roode loves to be a little more magnanimous than I am, Robbie Roode has graciously offered his time and his client's time inside of the nearly 20-foot high steel cage. That means you will get your opportunity to step foot into the ring with Robbie Roode Enterprises, the AWF Heavyweight Champion, the undeniable Chris Crow, Shane Man, Zayat, and the man himself, Robbie Roode, and grab a picture. Nowhere else are you going to be able to do that at, but here in the AWF. This was such a huge hit last year. I knew as soon as we signed off for Uncaged 2, it had to come back, and it had to be a little bit bigger and a little bit better, and we're going to make it that way for you this year. So, AWFWOW.com for tickets. Grab your 30 for 30. Get your signed poster. Get in the ring with Robbie Roode Enterprises. $15 ringside, $12 general admission, but whatever you need to do, come on out. Bell time, it's going to be at 8 o'clock. The door's going to open at 6:30. We cannot wait to see you. This is going to be the hottest night of summer here in the AWF. We want you to be here for Uncaged 2.